Good morning. Happy Saturday. I'm Coach Ray. Thank you for joining me for today's stick mobility class. So, we are going to need 2 long sticks. So for today's class, we are going to get into some 90-90s. We're going to be spending a lot of time there. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. And so for the warm-up, we're going to go through feet, ankles, hips. We're going to warm up the spine quite a bit just to make sure everything's ready to go. Okay? So for the cool down, we're also going to be working on stretching out the hip flexors, get into the adductor line, also work on stretching the glute a little bit. All right? Also get a little bit of the spine as well. So today's going to be a fun class. Hope everybody's ready. All right? So I'm going to set back here. We're going to start with the feet and ankles first. So I'm going to take a wide stance, a little wider than shoulder width. Okay? Toes are going to be pointed forward. I want the sticks to be in front of the line of my big toes here. Okay? Hands are going to be roughly about chest to sternum height. I'm going to drop my knees down a little bit, make sure my pelvis is stacked under my spine, nice and tall. I'm going to bring up my right heel. Okay? My left heel still in contact with the floor. Now I'm going to switch. I'm going to bring my left heel up, right heel down, but hover that right heel. Good. Switch, left heel down, right heel up. Good. Switch, left heel down, right heel up. Switch, left down, right up. Make sure those heels don't hit the floor. Switch, left up, right down. Let's go one more each way. Switch, left up, right down. Good. Last one. Left heel up, right heel down. Good. Bring both heels down to the floor and relax. Good. We don't need a whole lot of footwork here in order to warm up. So I'm going to go with the staggered stance, okay, or split stance mostly. So I'm not going too far in terms of how wide my stride is. Okay? I'm sorry. The camera angle was kind of bugging me a little bit. All right. So from here, I want the bottom of both sticks angled to be in line with the heel of my front foot. So I'm on my right foot here. Okay? I'm going to shift my weight forward. Now you can grab the sticks wherever you'd like. It's going to depend on you, but the sticks are, again, just for balance here. So I'm going to grab right around face height, shift that weight forward on that front leg. I'm going to bring my right heel up, okay, hover it, and then I'm going to laterally shift my ankle. So I'm going to shift my ankle in, my heel inwards towards my center line, and then I'm going to shift outwards, okay? Now I'm on a pinky toe here, going to shift back in. I'm on my big toe, shift out. So we want to try not to get as much knee and hip movement. I'm going to shift in, point that heel in, good, back to center, point the heel out, away from the center line, back to center, and then down. Good. We're going to switch sides here. Left foot comes forward, right foot back, shift weight forward on that front leg. Heel up, okay? Shift the ankle inwards. Good, then shift out. Shift in. Good, shift out. One more time, shift in and shift out. Back to center, heel down. Ease off. Good, excellent. So now we're going to focus on warming up the hips. We're actually going to start with lateral tilts first, okay? So I'm going to go with the wide stance again, a little wider than shoulder width. Now I'm going to have the left stick at 12 o'clock and a right stick going to be about 1 or 2. The reason being, we're bumping the right hip up and I want to connect that entire lateral line here. So I'll actually kind of go a little bit from the side, just a bit, so you can see how that looks here. So I do want my shoulders to be, I want my torso to be, my chest to be forward, my hips aren't rotating to the side here. Now from here, I want to drive both sticks down, push both sticks into the floor about 30%, Make sure I'm in a good horse stance. I'm gonna bump my right hip up. You should feel that right glute tighten. I'm gonna come back to center, and I'm gonna do that again. Bump my right hip up. That left hip should drop. Back to center. Good. Bump the right hip up. Good. Back to center. 2 more. Bump the right hip up. Keep driving those sticks down. Back to center. 1 more time. Bump the right hip up. Good. Back to center and ease off. I'm going to go with the forward. Now we're going to switch over to the opposite side. So right hand's at 12. Okay. Left hand's at about 11 o'clock. So same thing. Drive. So get into that horse stand. Drive both sticks down. Good. Going to bump that left hip up. Feel that left glute tighten. Back to center. Good. Bump the left hip up. Back to center. Bump the left hip up. Keep driving those sticks down. Back to center. Let's go 2 more. Bump the left hip up. Back to center. 1 more time. Bump that left hip up. Back to center. And ease off. I'm going to bring the sticks now directly in front. Okay? Still holding that same stance. I'm going to focus on posterior anterior. Hands are at about shoulder height. Drop down to that horse stance. Drive both sticks down about 40% tension. Posterior tilt. Squeeze those glutes. Make sure you're driving those knees apart, right? We're trying to abduct the hips. Come back to neutral. Good. Posterior tilt again. Breathe. You should feel the core tissues turn on and those glutes. Good. We're going to ease off. Let's go a couple more. Posterior tilt. Squeeze those glutes. Keep driving those sticks into the floor. Excellent. Ease off. 1 more time. Drive those sticks into the floor. Posterior tilt. Squeeze the glutes. Knees apart. Good. We're going to ease off here. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. So now we're going to do stick taps. What this means is we're going to go from hip abduction to adduction here. All right. So we're just tapping the sticks. The thing is, we want to make sure we're getting enough range to challenge the lateral part of the hip as well as the adductor line. So I'm going to start with my right leg first. I'm going to step over here a little bit. The left stick, I want that across my center line. I want to have to bring my right foot across the center line here. So it's about where my left pinky toe is, maybe a little bit further out. Now the right stick, I'm going to have it angled out relatively far here, okay? So again, it's going to depend on your mobility. So arms are at about shoulder height still, okay? The right stick is still angled in a little bit. I still want to keep that tension. Let's drive those sticks down about 30% tension, okay? Grab the ground with your left foot. I'm going to bring my right foot off the floor. I'm going to bring it to the right stick, push against. 1, 2, good. I'm going to bring this right foot across my center line to the left stick, push against. 1, 2, only about 30% tension. Bring it back to the right, push against. 1, 2, good. Bring it back to the left stick, push against. 1, 2, you should feel those adductors light up. Bring it back to the right stick, push against. 1, 2, good. Come back forward, bring it to the left stick, push against. 1, 2, then come back, ease off, and now we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to try to have the right stick, or when you're on the opposite side, try to have the sticks in roughly about the same position. It's not always going to be perfect, but you want to try to get that same challenge on both sides here. So drive both sticks down. Good. Hover that left foot. Make sure you're grabbing the ground with those toes. Make sure that foot is active. Bring that left foot to the left stick. Push. 1, 2. Good. Bring it to the right stick. Push against. 1, 2. Good. Back over to the left. Push. 1, 2. Good. Bring it across. Push. 1, 2. Good. Back over to the left. Push again. 1, 2. Excellent. Bring it back forward. Push against. 1, 2. Ease off and relax. Good. Okay. So now we kind of got those taken care of. We're going to work on that hip flexion. So we're going to get into hip flexion of hip, extending the knee. We're going to do it in repetitions. We're not going to do hold here. All right? So I'm going to have both feet together. All right? Both sticks are going to be angled in towards my toes. I'll actually go from the side here. Step back a bit. Angled in towards the toes, in line with my toes here. I want to have my hands roughly about shoulder height. Now, we're only driving the sticks into the ground about 30% tension. Remember, we're not doing a long hold here. So, from here, arms straight, shoulders down, drive the sticks into the floor. Start with that right hip. Bring that right knee up. Extend. Good. Back in and down. Simple. Let's go 4 more. Right knee up. Extend. Back in and down. 2. 3 more. Up. Extend. And down. 3. 2 more. Up. Extend. And down. 1 more. Up. Extend. And down. Ease off. Switch sides. Okay. Let's go. Drop sticks down. 30%. Keep that tension. Left knee up. Extend. In. And down. Up. Extend. In. And down. 2. 3 more. Up. Extend. And down. 3. 2 more. Up. Extend. And down. Last one. Up. Extend. In. And down. Ease off. Good. Okay. So we're going to use both sticks. We're going to be working with a kind of like a Cossack squat. Think about a double stick ninja flow. Okay. So I'm going to take a wide stance. This is always going to be whatever's most comfortable for you, right? Want to make sure we're not getting any pain here. If you're getting any kind of pinching in the hip, you can always adjust your position as you need to. So take your stance out relatively wide, as wide as whatever's comfortable. We're going to have both sticks on the inside of both legs here. Now I want to have one hand higher than the other. So my left hand's lower. I'm going to be lunging over to my left here, okay? So my left hand's roughly about chest to rib cage height. Right hand's about face level here. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to hinge back. Good. And as I get back, I'm going to bring that left stick across. And I want to drive myself into that rotation. So I'm pushing with the right hand and I'm actually reaching out with the left. Okay, going to come back up. Let's do 2 more here. All right. So hinge those hips back, lunge over to the left. Good. Back up. Let's go 1 more. Breathe. Drive those hips back, lunge over to the left. Reach with the left, push with that right. Good. Ease off. Let's go in and switch sides here. Okay, switch your hands. Okay, hinge back, lunge over to the right. Drive off that left stick, reach out with the right hand. Back up. Good, let's go 2 more. Hinge, reach. Drive that left stick down. Back up. Excellent. Let's go 1 more time. Good. Back up. Ease off. Just going to wiggle those feet back in. Just want to get one last spinal drill in. I'm going to set one stick down, okay, before we get into the 90-90s. So, I'm going to take the stick, put it behind my back, crooks to the elbows here. This is simply going to be a rotation drill, position specific though. So we're going to go into a split squat or a lunge type position here. So, right foot is forward, okay? And I want to make sure that I have that back foot, the heel's off the floor. I don't want my heel flat, okay? So heel up, load that front leg, and I want to get a hinge, okay? So I actually kind of want to be at the same angle as my back leg. All right, from here, I'm going to rotate side to side. So I'm going to drive my left hand across, trying to reach across my right leg. Good. Come back to center. And now I'm going to reach my right hand across my right leg on the inside of that leg. And I'm going to kind of place my hand on the inside. Get a little more rotation. Back to center. Rotate to the right. Drive that left hand across. Good. Back to center. Rotate to the left. Good. I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to switch sides here. Okay? Now I'll turn forward for this. We're going to do that same thing. All right? Load that front leg. Okay? Right hand, reach across. Try to get across that front leg here. Back to center. Reach across with the left. Place that hand on the inside of that left leg. Back to center, reach across with the right. Good, back to center, reach across with the left. Back to center, ease off, and good. All right, now the fun part that everybody's been waiting for, 90-90s. So, we're going to go to the floor for this. Whatever side's tighter, we're going to get to it eventually, right? But first, just want to kind of warm up into position. So I'm going to place this other stick down, okay? And let's just go ahead and start with the right hip forward. Now, remember, position-wise, you can always start off in a shin box, meaning I bring my front foot in more and my back foot in more, right? If that's the easier position for you to get to. However, not gonna lie, it's been a couple weeks since I did this. We want to start off, I want to try to start off in a 90-90 position just to try to get those hips a little bit more open here. So my right hand is down. I'm gonna move this stick out a little bit more. Right hand is down. And this is just to help me be upright here, okay? Have your fist or your hand, whatever's most comfortable for you. So from this position, let's go ahead and activate by driving both legs into the floor here. So I'm going to drive my entire right leg down into the floor and my entire back leg down into the floor. We're going to go at 40%, okay? So push both legs into the floor, 40%, hold, ease off. Also, if you cramp, because I might cramp here, don't be afraid to get out of position. So let's go again. Drop both legs into the floor, 40%. Push. Breathe. Ease off. Let's go one more time here. Drop both legs down. And ease off. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to take the stick in my left hand, and I'm going to bring it up to here. Now, I'm going to keep my right hand on the floor. I'll pick up the right stick eventually. I'm going to keep the right hand on the floor. I want my left hand to be roughly about shoulder height. Notice the stick is angled in. I want the bottom of the stick by my left knee. From here, I'm going to focus on generating tension. So, I'm gonna drive both legs into the floor, drive that left stick into the floor 50%, push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. We're gonna do that again. Drive both knees into the floor, drive the stick down, 50%. 3, 2, 1, ease off. I'm gonna pick up the right stick now, okay? Again, both sticks are angled in. Drive both knees and both sticks into the floor, push. And ease off, okay? Let's go one more time. Activate, push. And ease off. I'm gonna take the left stick, I'm gonna place it at 12 o'clock. I'm gonna move this right stick back to about 4 if I can. Want my shoulders rotated, all right? So from here, same thing, drive both sticks down, both knees, 50%, push. 3, 2, 1, good. Ease off. I'm gonna take the left stick, bring it to about, I think that's 7 o'clock. Right stick to 12. From here, drop both sticks down, push. 3, 2, 1, good. I'm gonna bring this right stick back, left stick to 12, okay? Same thing, push, drop both legs down, drop them down hard. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Left stick comes back, right stick's at 12, push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Now, we're gonna go to 3 and 9. We're gonna do some special here. So, what I wanna do is I wanna focus on externally rotating this back hip. So this is my left hip. So how I'm gonna do that, make sure that foot stays on the floor, bring that knee up as high as you can. This is gonna feel so good, I promise. So, angle the stick in, both sticks are out, drive both sticks into the floor, both knees into the floor, good. Now keeping that left foot or back foot on the floor, bring that left knee up, hold, keep your hips forward, 3, 2, 1, back down, ease off. Let's go 2 more here. Drive both sticks down, keep that foot on the floor, bring that back knee up. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Excellent. One more time. Drop both sticks down. Make sure you're driving that front leg into the floor. Open that hip up. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Place both sticks down. Now we're gonna come out of position. Whew. Hold on for a second, shake your legs out if you need to before we switch over to the other side. So, this is a tough one today. So, 90-90s is something that is always good to incorporate. If you're anything like me and your hips get tight, this is a really good way to kind of help strengthen and loosen them up a bit. So, we're gonna do the same thing on this side that we do on the other side here. So, I'm gonna have my left hand down, and I'm sure as you guys can probably tell, this is actually my tighter side, so I have a harder time staying upright here. So, we're gonna do that same thing. Left hand is down. Make sure we're trying to push ourselves into a nice, straight, tall position. So, drop both legs into the floor 40%, push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Let's go again. Drive both legs to the floor, push, 40%. Just trying to get some activation here, folks. not max effort. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Let's go one more time. Drive both legs into the floor, push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Ooh, buddy, starting to cramp already. All right. Pick up the right stick. Remember, angle that stick in towards your back knee. All right, left hand is still on the ground here. So, we're gonna drive both legs and the stick into the floor, 50%. Push. Should feel that oblique light up a bit here, right? 3, 2, 1, ease off. Okay, let's go 2 more. All right, activate, drop both legs and the stick into the floor, push, 50%. 3, 2, 1, ease off. One more time, activate, push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. All right, let's pick up that left stick. 3 and 9. Okay. All right, drive both sticks and both legs into the floor. Push, 50%. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Good, let's go again. Push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Woo. Not gonna lie, I'm on the edge of cramping here. All right, let's go again. Push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Excellent, one last time. Push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Right stick comes to 12, left stick goes to 8. All right, keep those shoulders rotated, push. 3, 2, 1, good, ease off. Right stick comes back, left stick comes to 12, push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Left stick comes back, right stick comes to 12. Push, drive those legs to the floor, those sticks. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Left stick comes to 12, right stick comes back, and push. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Sticks go to 3 and 9. Okay? All right, drive both sticks down, both legs to the floor, push. Remember to keep that right foot in contact with the floor. Bring that right knee up. Hold. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Good, we got 2 more here. Drive both sticks into the floor, both legs. Bring that right knee up. Keep those hips forward, spine forward. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Excellent, one last time here. Drop both sticks down, both legs. Keep the right foot in the floor. Bring that right knee up. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Place both sticks down. And now, we're gonna come out of position. Let's take a second here. So, oblique should be a little lit up there. Or those hips should be feeling pretty darn good right now. All right, so now we're gonna get into the deep fascial stretching. So, if you happen to have a pad or a pillow, this would be a good time for you to actually grab one. We're gonna start off with stretching out the hip flexors, and then we're gonna get into the adductors, okay? We're actually gonna do the guitar heel for that one, because I actually really like that one. And then we're actually gonna work on, again, getting into the spine a little bit more. So we are gonna be doing some slap shot, okay? So, I'm gonna take both sticks here. I'm gonna turn to the side, because again, I like to show, make sure that you're paying attention to how your back is, your pelvis and your low back. So, I'm gonna start my right leg forward, left knee is down, okay? So for this, we're gonna kind of move a little quickly through this one, right? In the sense that we're not gonna take too much time holding it in range. It's gonna be for 5 seconds, right? We wanna make sure we're generating tension. So I'm gonna have the bottom of the sticks in line with the ball of my right foot here, okay? My hands are roughly about shoulder height. However, hand position is going to change here. So I want to make sure I'm driving both sticks into the floor. My back foot is extended. So the top of my back foot is into the floor. Drive that back foot into the floor, okay? Squeeze your left glute and tuck your pelvis, okay? You should feel a stretch in the front of the hip and the quad if you're tight there. Ease off. Now we're gonna go back and forth into it, okay? However, hand position changes, okay? So I'm gonna bring my hands up, go through that same series of activations. So I wanna drive that back foot down, squeeze the left glute, tuck the pelvis, and keep it that way. I'm gonna shift my hips forward. Hold, 3, 2, 1, come out. Still hold that pelvic tuck and tight glute. Shift forward again. Good. Ease off. Let's go 2 more. Keep holding tight. Shift forward. And ease off. 1 more time. Shift those hips forward. Really try to split those hips. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good. Now we're going to switch sides. So, I'm going to face forward for this one. Okay. Get in that same position. So, drive the hands down. Okay. Drive the back foot into the floor. Squeeze the right glute. Tuck the pelvis. Hold. Ease off. Good. Hands up. All right. Drive that back foot down. Squeeze the right glute. Tuck the pelvis. Shift forward. Good. Ease off. Hold. Back into it again. Ease off. 2 more. Hips forward. Make sure you're breathing. Back up. 1 more time. Hips forward. Good. Ease off. Excellent. Now I'm going to place 1 stick down. Okay. So now we're going to get into Guitar Hero. Stretch out that short adductor and groin area. Okay. So I'm going to start with going into my left side here. So I'm going to be working on that right adductor. So the angle of the stick, always going to depend on the person, height, so on and so forth. So back, so that right leg is down, hip facing forward. I want to keep my hips facing forward. If I rotate into it, I kind of lose that stretch a little bit. So hips facing forward, my left foot is in line with my hips here. It's not in front or behind. So left hand is reaching out to the end of the stick. I want my right hand right about where my belly button is, okay? From here, I'm going to shift towards my left side, sink into it as much as I can. Now we're gonna add tension by driving that right hand down towards the floor, pulling up with the left. You should feel an increased stretch in the adductors. So you might also be getting a stretch in the left adductor, and that's okay. because again, we're still opening that hip up. Ease off. Good. Rotate the stick a bit. Okay. We're going to do it again. Shift into that left hip. Drive that right hand down. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Excellent. Rotate the stick one last time. Let's go into it again. Shift into that left leg. Drive that right hand down. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Let's go ahead and switch sides here. Also, the distance of your foot has usually always depends. So if you're extremely mobile and flexible in the adductors and groin area, you can actually have your foot out wider because you can sink into it a little bit more here. So, same setup, okay? And about belly button, right where your belly button is, right hand is reaching out, sink into that right hip, drive that left hand down, pull up with the right. 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off. Rotate the stick. Let's go into it again. Sink into that right hip. Drive that left hand down towards the floor. Pull up with the right. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Rotate the stick one more time. Okay. Sink into that right. Push that left hand down. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Good. Now we're going to go on to stretching out the glute. So we're going to get back into that 90-90 position. I know we just got out of it. Bear with me here. So we're actually not going to go directly into the 90-90. Instead, what we're going to do is this front leg, I want to have that foot in closer. So the thing about doing a pigeon stretch was just on the floor. And so I'm going to have the stick in my right hand, since my left leg is forward, and the left hand is just to prop me up, right? So I'm going to have my back leg stretch back behind me a little bit, right? And now I'm going to do with the right stick about 12-ish, somewhere between 12 and 1. I'm going to hinge forward, bringing my chest towards my left knee. Should be getting a stretch in that left glute. Breathe. It's going to come back up. Good. I'm going to bring the stick across my left knee. Now I'm going to rotate my spine. Okay. So now I'm going to work more rotated, and I'm going to hinge again. I want to bring my chest down towards the floor. You should be getting a little bit deeper into that left glute. Good. Come back up. Bring the stick back to that starting position. We're going to add in a little bit of activation here. So we're going to hinge forward. Good. Now try to think about bringing your knee actively to your chest. So pull that knee up. You should access a deeper stretch than before. Actively try to pull that knee to the chest. Good. Slowly ease off. We're going to rotate back over. Okay. Same thing. Keep that chest rotated. Going to hinge. Good. Try to bring that knee up. Good. Ease off. Switch sides. Okay, so now we're going to go with the right hip forward. Remember, we want that foot in a little bit more. Okay? You can stretch out that back leg a bit more if you'd like. Okay? Same thing. Going to hinge forward. One side's going to feel tighter than the other, and that's okay. Focus on your breathing. Going to come up. Rotate the stick, or bring the stick over across. Rotate your spine. Hinge. Get that stretch in the glute. Good. Come back up. Now we're going to do that activation again. Okay. Hinge. Bring the knee to the chest. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Bring the left stick across. Rotate. Hinge. Bring that knee up. 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off. Excellent. Gonna come out. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of slap shot here. So I'm gonna take the stick, place it behind my mid back. Okay, reaching out as far as I can. We're gonna use this as a way to kind of flow back and forth. However, we are gonna add in something a little special to this one here, okay? So I'm gonna move this stick a little bit more forward. So take a stance as wide as whatever's comfortable for you. We've done this one before, we've done this a little while ago though. So from here, hinge back. Hold this position here. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings. If you did deadlifts a few days ago, it's probably gonna feel pretty good. All right, so what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna start off by rotating the right end of the stick towards the floor. So rotate the right end of the stick right to my center line, right? Pull the stick apart. Okay, I'm gonna lunge over to my right. Good. Now I'm going to actually lunge over to my left. As I lunge to my left here, I'm going to rotate this leg over to this direction. So from here, I'm going to rotate, drop that knee down. Gonna get a stretch in that quad, front of the hip. Good. And I'm gonna shift back over. Back to center. Good. Back to neutral. Now we're gonna do it on the opposite side. Okay? Rotate that left end of the stick down. Pull the stick apart, get that upper back activation. Lunge over to your left. Make sure to drive those hips back. Good. Now we're gonna rotate off that back foot. Good. Squeeze that left glute. You can lean back a bit here. Good. Back over. Excellent. Back to center. Let's go one more each way. Let's try to get a little further across the body here. All right. Bring that right end of the stick down. Pull apart. Lunge to your right. Sink into that hip. Breathe. Good. Lunge over to the left. Rotate that back leg. Good. Back over. You have to adjust your feet here, all right? Back to center. Now, opposite way. Bring that left end of the stick over, across the body. Pull apart, lunge to the left. Breathe. Now over to the right. Rotate. Good, breathe. Back over. Back to center. Slowly come out. Up. Wiggle those feet in. That is it. That concludes today's stick mobility class. Thank you everybody for joining me for today. Hope everybody had a good class. I want to throw in 90-90. It's been a little bit of time since I've done that personally. So, hope you guys have a good Saturday. Be sure to check out the rest of our content on YouTube. And I will catch you all next weekend. Have a good one.